In today's little snippet, I will not put up with comments about my pink ball. I know my shorts have a good liner in them. We all know that cycling is a good form of exercise, doing wonders for the cardiovascular system and developing those bulging leg muscles. However, it doesn't touch many muscles that are used in other aspects of everyday life. Your arm muscles, those in your back. Even if you go to the gym and pump iron to compensate, there's a whole class of muscles that won't be touched, ones that you probably haven't even been taught about in physical education at school. These muscles are known as your core muscles, and they are the ones that basically hold you together and give your skeleton stability whilst your big muscles do the heavy lifting. They say that you can't fire a cannon from a canoe, but if you concentrate on the large, functional muscles without improving your core stability, then that's exactly what you are doing, and you are inviting trouble with back pains and issues with the stability of your hips and other joints. Even before the pandemic struck, I had let my exercise regime falter and was not getting much exercise. It came to the point where, if I was turning around sharply, I would be in fear of dislocating my left hip. Climbing hills out of the saddle had also become an issue. I recognised that the muscles, whose purpose it was to hold the ball joint of my hip together, had become weakened. Since one side of my family suffers from arthritis, primarily of the hip joints, I came to wonder if weak core muscles in that area could contribute to added wear in the joint. I don't know the answer to that one, but whatever the answer, I don't think that strengthening those muscles can be anything other than beneficial. Before I stepped up my cycling program again, I made sure to get a few core muscle routines in, and it wasn't long before the feeling that I was going to pop a joint every time I turned around disappeared. Now, this isn't a how-to video, it's more of a what did, as in what did I do between rides. The only information I have is the one meagre exercise sheet, and that's not much of a guide to the correct form. I'm not saying that these are the exercises that are right for you. There might be some that are better at hitting the spots that you need to be hit. I also realised that I missed the move known as the plank off this one repeat shown. I started off with 10 repetitions of each move, building up to 15 or 20, depending on whether the limbs were acting singularly or in pairs. How these exercises work compared to their floor exercise equivalents is that the Swiss ball introduces an element of instability. Another piece of equipment that did the same thing, albeit in a more progressive manner, is the random vibration plate. I feel that the Swiss ball has a disadvantage in that as the user progresses and gets stronger, the instability is reduced. I found myself putting in extra little shakes in an attempt to reinitiate the instability. The vibration plate, however, would introduce vibrations irrespective of the user's stability, so there was always something to work against. There was a time when I was fitting a 10-mile time trial and a handicap road race league in the week, and an open time trial at the weekend. At that time I found I had the capacity to fit in this routine in one of my rest days and a gym session in another. It doesn't push the heart rate very hard. I average a heart rate of 90 beats per minute and a maximum of 109 beats per minute for this routine. Maybe I was still doing too much back in the day, but I didn't feel any ill effect from it. So what exercises do you do between rides? Do you look after your core? Please share any hints or tips in the comments and I'll look forward to reading them. Until next time, be strong, ride safe, and if you could press one of those button things or a thumbs up thing on the way out, it would help a lot. Cheers.